James earns millions from internet marketing. Tim's got millions of questions. Welcome to Freedom Ocean. Now, jump on in.
Welcome back, listeners, to episode 32 of Freedom Ocean, your favourite internet marketing podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tim Reed, and that right there is...
James Schramko.
G'day, mate.
How you going?
Good. It's been a long time between drinks out on the ocean.
You know, a lot of people have a big downtime over that Christmas, January thing, and then they go back to the coalface and get into the work thing, and you watch the general population go through that behaviour. Whereas in my case, I have a more consistent approach, sort of little bits of work and a little bits of play during the day, every day. So I would generally attend a daily meeting with my team, which is around lunchtime, because they're about 3 hours behind me. It's perfect for me. I get to sleep in, have coffee, attend the daily meeting, set the business up for the day, and then I've got some downtime. So that's the time when I would go and get a haircut or go to the bank or have a...
Haircut? You haven't got any hair.
I do. They charge a search fee, but I still have hair. And have the board of directors meeting with Janelle every day, my wife. We sit down with a coffee and we talk about the business, the month, the products, our direction, our strategy. So I get to bounce ideas.
So what role does Janelle have? Is she like a sounding board that knows a lot about the actual intricacies of the business, or just someone who gets a sense of what you're into and what you're not into?
I guess her main role is, as a co-director in the business, to ensure that we're plotting the right charts and making, when we make massive decisions, we do them together, and then we, even down to price points. What's a fair price for this, or who's our target market? She really does know a lot about that stuff, but she would never let on. She's also busy helping out with all the other parts of the business that I don't do.
I guess getting back to that idea of, we were talking about, momentum, and you do lose it. I made a conscious decision sort of late last year, late December, where I said, you know what, the last couple of weeks of December and January, I'm not going to work as hard. Now that I'm back, the momentum's been lost, and it is hard to regain it. So different working styles, clearly. Let's use the Martian, the Martian example. So Martian comes down to Earth looking for a job, doesn't have any preconceived ideas, hasn't been conditioned by human schools, and says to you, okay, I've got to start a business. I want a pretty good lifestyle. I want one of these lifestyles. I'm seeing a whole lot of humans kind of scooting around on boats and driving nice cars and going on holidays and things. What would you say to them? What are the three things that you would say to that Martian?
Well, what type of lifestyle do you want? So let's get a sense of where you're pitching at. Do you want the 8-foot rubber blow-up dinghy, or do you want a 65-foot cruiser?
No. In fact, it won't even be that. It'll be just because Freedom Ocean was always named based on this concept of having the freedom to choose. So it's not about how big's the boat or how big's the car or how long's the holiday. It's just the Martian wants the freedom to choose.
Okay. Well, basically, Martian's going to need to reduce compromise. That's the goal. Reduce compromise as much as possible. One way that we know how to do that is to make more money on our terms, and that's the important part.
Love that. And the Martian could create a lot of value because everyone would be interested in what life on Mars is like. But
yeah, there's different ways to create value. The Martian could go to McDonald's and offer a low amount of value, serving fries and burgers. It's not that hard, it's easy to learn. It's probably not enjoyable, but it's not that hard, so you don't get paid so much. Or the Martian could be an entrepreneur, which means that they're sort of trying to, gather and manage opportunities with assets that they don't necessarily control. So there's a lot more risk and fun involved in that one. And but there's also the potential to create much more value. It's more leveraged with the big payoff. As the lean startup guy would say, pivot or persevere, and just keep doing it. And that's what I've been doing with my business, especially since Christmas to now. I've been really refining my business and scaling certain areas of it and getting fantastic results.
Getting back to that concept of, so you weeded out a lot of stuff out of your business in December. You've had a great January. Do you put that down to that just really, probably for want of a better word, harsh focus that you've given it?
Yeah, I've had a lot more clarity in everything that we do. I'm using a process that I call wealthification. I know we've mentioned that before, but it is putting my business up onto a spreadsheet and going to the market with the minimum viable product, learning from it, and then refining the model. So now we can actually map out which products we sell, who do we sell them to, how much does it cost us on a fixed and variable cost to supply that, so the cost of goods sold, and what happens when we scale that, when we introduce more marketing or when we change the product prices, and how many people do we need to deliver that product in 30 days, in 15 days, in 5 days, and then we can work out whether we're growing or whether we're shrinking. How many of those people are repeat buyers? How many people buy all of our products? So that's a little bit like the Steve Jobs thing. That with my model, I put my business in a circle and I put the customer in the center of that circle, and that customer may deal with many parts of our business, like the segments of a pie. And I learnt that from the car dealership. The same customer will deal with service, will deal with sales, will deal with finance, will deal with parts, and they'll work their way around each part of the business. It's the same customer. I even did a document on this in 1998 called One Customer.
The circle thing, going back to the circle, you've got the customer in the middle, then you've got, and then all around it, what do? Let me visualise that. Visualise that circle for me.
So if you were to draw your business as a circle,
yep,
everything inside that circle is your business, and everything outside that business is other people's business or joint ventures. I actually put them outside the circle because they're not my business. It's a part share in a business, so I don't count them. I count them as traffic. So everything outside the circle is like marketing, things that push traffic into your business. But in the middle of your business, the heart of your business is another circle, and that's your customer database and your support team.
Oh, by the way, mate, just one last point. I noticed our list doubled over the last sort of 6 weeks. I went into Aweber a couple of days ago, and it's gone from about it was about 600 to about 1,100, which is a good thing.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
It's one of those little things that creeps up on you.
Yeah, it's nice to reveal those numbers too, because sometimes people can I don't know. You never know what people are thinking, and it's always good to kind of share the raw data to give people a sense of what we're building.
Well, if I go into analytics, I'll be able to tell you where they came from.
Well, go on, do that. Well, do you want me to sing while how long is that going to take?
I'm just saying we do track such things, which is nice.
We do,
and that's my immediate thought is, I wonder where they came from, and I'll see if it's something we could repeat.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a good idea. Repeat it by next episode, please. And for those who are wondering, if you are a regular listener of the show, I'm slowly improving my rankings as marketing speaker in Google in Australia. So that's a good thing as well. Not quite where I want to be. Marketing keynote speaker, I'm number 3 on page 1, but marketing speaker, I'm still a couple of pages back, but coming forward. So that's a good thing. And once I get onto page 1, we'll reveal exactly what I did.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock.
All right, mate. It's been a pleasure.
All righty.
See you next time.
Thanks, Timbo.
See you, James.
Thanks for diving into the Freedom Ocean with James Schramko and Tim Reed. You've just come that little bit closer to living the life you choose. Please keep in mind that the ideas, opinions, and information shared in the show are those of the hosts and do not reflect those of their past employers. And as far as future employers go, well, they're both pretty much unemployable.